A recent judge's order is changing gun rules at courthouses in the First Circuit Court District.
Our Riley Livingston takes a look at the new order and some opposition to it. She joins us in the studio with more. Riley.
Before, when court was in session, people with permitted concealed weapons were able to enter the courthouse, but not the courtroom. Today, things are changing.
Courthouses in the First Circuit Court District have new rules to follow when it comes to weapons. The First Circuit judges say the entire courthouse is an extension of the courtroom, which means guns, even permitted concealed weapons, aren't allowed during court session. The reason? Safety.
The whole intention of this whole law, or this order that we got from the judges, is just to make sure that the courthouse is safe. It's safe for the general public. It's safe for the judges. It's safe for the deputies that are working there and the people that are employed there.
But guns rights activist Rick Ward says this won't change anything. He says nationwide state court statistics show only 78 so-called violent attacks occurred in the last 10 years studied in county courthouses. None of those involved guns, explosives, or fire. 5 or less occurred inside the courthouse. Regulation of firearms would prevent such shootings. In every case, the shooting occurred with the use of a deputy's gun after being overpowered by a suspect. He says this goes against a recent ruling by the Mississippi Supreme Court. Ward filed a case against the 14th Chancery District in Lowndes County, and the Supreme Court decided the orders were too broad and could never be constitutional as written. They said the judiciary had no authority outside the courtroom doors. And they said the state constitution only allows the legislature to regulate concealed weapons. The difference between the 14th Chancery District order and the most recent order is when it applies. The First Circuit order only applies when court is in session.
While court is in session, that no one, even in the courthouse, because it's an extension of the courtroom, can do that also. And I think that's a good situation, because we want our court people, our court staffs, to be just as safe as people in the courtroom.
Ward says the difference is one of language. The judges want weapons banned during court sessions, while the law as written singles out judicial proceedings. He says different judges may interpret those terms in different ways. For now, Sheriff Cecil Cantrell says the judge's ruling stands.
We're going to keep the weapons out of the courtroom and also out of the courthouse at this point. That's what the judges have ordered, and we're going to go with that order.
The ruling applies to courthouses in the First Circuit Court District. That includes Alcorn, Itawamba, Lee, Monroe, Pontotoc, Prentiss, and Tishomingo counties.